What if I told you Christianity in Europe isn't dying, it's quietly being reborn? For years we've heard the same headlines: empty pews, aging congregations, and faith in retreat. But that's only half the story, because across Europe something remarkable is happening, a spiritual revival that's catching fire in the most unexpected places. From youth-led movements in France to a surge in conversions in Portugal, Catholicism is regaining ground, one soul, one story at a time. In this video, we'll explore 10 European countries where the faith is not only surviving but thriving. Some of these stories will surprise you. Some may inspire you to hope again. Let's dive into the truth the media often misses. Christianity is making a comeback. Number 10. France. When you think of France, you might imagine romance, fashion, and maybe a strong secular streak. For decades, France was viewed as the poster child for Europe's faith decline. Secularism was king. Churches were empty. Religion felt like a private relic, not a public force. But here's the twist. France is waking up spiritually. And it's the youth leading the way. Thousands of young French adults, many raised in non-religious families, are choosing faith with a fierce conviction. Why? Because in a world flooded with distractions and moral uncertainty, many are searching for something real, something eternal. Digital evangelization plays a huge role. Catholic podcasts, YouTube homilies, and Instagram pages have become lifelines. Imagine scrolling through your feed and stumbling on a video that answers your deepest questions about life, purpose, and God. That's happening to thousands in France. This is faith for today, not blind tradition, but chosen conviction. Adult baptisms surge, especially around Easter. And get this, nearly half of those new believers are between 18 and 25 years old. It's not just new believers. Many former Catholics who quietly walked away years ago are returning to the Church with renewed hearts. Thousands are receiving confirmation and rekindling their relationship with God. Even events like the restoration of Notre Dame Cathedral after the devastating fire serve as spiritual symbols. Its rise from ashes mirrors France's own spiritual rebirth. Women make up the majority of these new faithful, drawn by the Church's moral clarity, intellectual depth, and beautiful sacraments. They aren't seeking comfort, they're answering a calling. France's revival reminds us all, faith can rise again where least expected. Number 9. Ireland. Ireland's story is a dramatic one. Once the spiritual lighthouse of Europe, its faith ran deep, shaping culture, politics, and identity. But recent decades were harsh. Scandals rocked the Church, social change swept through, and trust was broken. Yet, out of this crisis, hope is emerging. Immigrant communities from Poland, Nigeria, and the Philippines have poured new life into Ireland's parishes. They bring joyous, vibrant faith that has reignited many struggling churches. Meanwhile, young Irish people, many raised in faith's shadow, are seeking deeper meaning. Tired of nihilism and cultural anxiety, they are rediscovering the beauty of Mass, the power of Eucharistic adoration, and the richness of Catholic teaching. Movements like Youth 2000 and Focus are helping form these seekers into mature believers. Latin Mass communities attract those longing for reverence and continuity. Northern Ireland, long scarred by religious division, is experiencing a demographic and spiritual shift. Catholics now outnumber Protestants for the first time, and many young people from both sides are choosing reconciliation and peace. Ireland's story is far from finished, but it's a powerful testimony to faith's resilience. Number 8. England. England's Catholic story has been tough. Centuries of persecution after Henry VIII split from Rome forced Catholics underground. Families hid their faith, priests were hunted, and Mass was celebrated in secret. Now that flame is growing again. One exciting driver? Anglican conversions. Many clergy and lay people disillusioned with their own church's changes are embracing Catholicism for its rich tradition and truth. Groups like the Ordinariate of Our Lady of Walsingham have welcomed entire Anglican communities home. Immigrant Catholics from Poland, Nigeria, and the Philippines have also brought new vibrancy to English parishes. Among native youth, a hunger for transcendence grows. They seek out the Latin Mass, theology, and spiritual depth, building a church based on truth, not trends. Intellectual curiosity about Catholicism is rising too, with new thinkers stepping into the cultural conversation. England's revival is a story of hope after centuries of silence. Number 7. Sweden. Sweden's reputation as a secular stronghold makes its Catholic revival all the more surprising. Although Catholics remain a minority, immigrant communities from Poland, the Philippines, Syria and Iraq have made faith visible again in cities like Stockholm and Gothenburg. What's even more remarkable is native Swedes turning to Catholicism, not for heritage, but for the spiritual solidity it offers. Artists, writers and intellectuals find in the Church's liturgy and tradition a refuge from moral ambiguity. The Catholic community in Sweden may be small, but it's vibrant and growing. Number 6. Switzerland. Known for neutrality and precision, Switzerland's Catholic Church is quietly awakening. Immigrants from Poland, the Philippines and the Middle East have brought new life to fading parishes. Native Swiss, especially young professionals, are drawn to the Church's moral clarity and beauty. Adult baptisms are increasing, and communities like Opus Dei nurture deep spiritual formation. Though challenges remain, aging clergy and secular culture, the Swiss renewal is authentic and chosen. Number 5. Norway. Norway's Catholic community is small, but growing and dynamic. Immigrant families infuse parish life with vibrant devotion, processions and youth ministries. Norwegian seekers, creative and thoughtful, are embracing Catholicism's coherence amid skepticism. Movements like Opus Dei help form faithful households rooted in prayer and mission. While religion is still private, the flame is alive. Number 4. Kosovo. Kosovo is an unlikely but inspiring centre of Catholic renewal. Although mostly Muslim, its 100,000 plus Catholics represent resilience amid centuries of oppression. The Church here promotes peace, reconciliation and hope. Young Kosovars are rediscovering faith as a source of meaning. Despite challenges, Kosovo's Catholic community shines as a witness of endurance. Number 3. Malta. Malta, though tiny, is a towering Catholic presence. With over 80% identifying as Catholic, faith is central to daily life. Here, faith isn't inherited ritual, but active practice in festivals, family life and community. Immigrant Catholics from the Philippines and Africa enrich this vibrant culture. Malta proves size doesn't limit spiritual impact. Number 2. Slovenia. Slovenia's faith survived communist suppression and is now flourishing from within. Former skeptics and youth are drawn to Catholicism's moral clarity and beauty. Movements like Focolare thrive, and the Church remains a trusted moral voice. Slovenia's revival is quiet but deep. Number 1. Portugal. And now, the number 1 spot for Catholic revival in Europe goes to Portugal. You might not have guessed it, but Portugal is quietly experiencing one of the most remarkable faith resurgences on the continent. Despite being traditionally Catholic, Portugal's faith life had seemed to slow in recent decades. But recent trends tell a different story. Across cities like Lisbon and Porto, young people are returning to the Church in surprising numbers. The number of adult baptisms and confirmations is rising steadily, fueled by a renewed hunger for spiritual depth. Part of this revival is thanks to movements like the charismatic renewal and Fatima pilgrimages, which draw thousands every year. Fatima, with its message of peace and conversion, is becoming a beacon not just for Portuguese Catholics, but for seekers worldwide. Immigrant communities from Brazil, Angola and Mozambique bring vibrant traditions, infusing local parishes with new energy. Portugal's bishops are active in public life, courageously addressing moral issues and inviting society into dialogue. This resurgence isn't flashy, but it's steady and powerful, a sign that even centuries-old faith can be renewed when hearts open. So there you have it, the 10 incredible stories of Catholic revival shaping Europe today. From France's digital evangelists to Kosovo's resilient communities, from Malta's deep-rooted faith to Portugal's surprising surge, Catholicism is alive and thriving in ways few imagined. What do these stories teach us? That faith can rise again, anytime, anywhere, when people are ready to seek truth, beauty and hope. If this inspired you, please like this video, share it with friends who need encouragement, and comment below. Which country's story moved you the most? Have you seen similar faith awakenings where you live? And don't forget to subscribe for more stories of hope, faith and transformation from around the world. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.